Okay, I have been waiting forever for SNL to nail Rush Limbaugh. All through those years when Daryl Hammond was turning in these amazing performances as Bill Clinton or Al Gore or Chris Mathews, I kept wishing that they would let him take a crack at Rush, a guy who was born to be dragged to the comedy mill. So, on tonight's show, when I got my wish, an SNL newcomer, Taran Killam, opened the show playing Rush, I was overjoyed up until the moment I realized that they had gone out hunting without any ammo. The bit was built on one joke, which they told over and over again. Rush is losing his advertisers, and now he's replacing them with lame ones. And even these guys are pulling out at him. Oh, yes, and the advertisers had funny names, and the impersonation was halfway decent, but would it have killed them to put another actor in the sketch? I mean, maybe have Rush speak to the Georgetown Law student he called a slut, or have Mitt Romney or Rick Santorum on for an interview, or have had him beg the nation for forgiveness. I mean, seriously, it was one of the greatest missed comedy opportunities in the show's history. Or is it just that Rush is out of his prime, a wounded animal lying by the side of the road to whom people are now turning a blind eye? Which is not unlike what is happening to another conservative darling. Now, on any Saturday night during a presidential campaign season, you would normally expect the wildest and most spot-on impersonations of political figures to be on SNL. But that wasn't the case this week. Instead, HBO's film Game Change, which premiered earlier in the evening, took top honors in the impersonations category, with Julianne Moore's portrayal of Sarah Palin taking its place right alongside Tina Fey's epic performance in the same role back in 2008, which is not to say that SNL didn't also take a stab at Palin tonight, but this time it was Andy Samberg who hilariously dressed in drag to deliver a sadly funny portrayal of Palin sitting at the same Weekend Update desk where she appeared next to Seth Meyers just before the election when she was the Republican vice presidential nominee. The bit was based on the notion that Tina Fey was sick, so Samberg was filling in to respond as Palin to the shellacking she got in HBO's film Game Change. Now, there's been relatively little Republican outrage directed at HBO, despite the fact that Palin comes across as completely unqualified to have ever been vice president, let alone president. And Tina Fey is likely to never again deem it worth her valuable time to don the Palin wig and glasses to take another jab at her, with the larger point here to be taken being that Palin has essentially come and gone, which would be comedy's loss and the country's gain.